behind at halftime in most of your ACC games. Is that something that just guys like us talk about, or you guys talk about it too, and you wonder how you can reverse it?
We definitely talk about it. That's one of our emphasis is going into this next game. We just try and rep it out in practice, honestly, like starting better in practice, and that'll relate to the game. But that's definitely something we've been talking about and ways to fix it. We've been going over it, and we'll continue to go over it.
Did you come out with more intensity at the beginning of practice?
Right, 100%. Just making sure everything is game speed. There's no lackadaisicalness anywhere in the gym, and it'll translate into the game.
Mm-hmm.
You averaged 20 points these past 2 games. What do you think has allowed you to play a little better than maybe in the few games before these past 2 wins?
Just taking what the defense gives me, honestly. Each team has a different scheme. We've been watching a lot of film, going over ways to score, ways to be effective in our offense and in our defense. So just taking what the defense gives me and just taking open shots. My teammates, they trust and believe in me, and I believe in myself. So.
After the loss at North Carolina, Coach said that you guys were maybe struggling with confidence a little bit. It was at the end of one of those 4-game losing streaks. But, how have these past 2 games maybe helped you guys swing confidence back a little bit?
We knew coming into the season adversity was going to hit. Can't do anything but keep going to work each day. Routine is big in Pitt culture, so each day we're getting our shots up. We're taking our vitamins, as some of our coaches say, is daily. So. Even though the wins weren't coming, we were doing the same thing in practice, getting our reps up, going as hard as we can, and that's all you can do. And during game day, you got to make sure everything goes to plan and you get wins.
Ish, what's the key to getting rebounding? Because obviously you want to be able to get out on a break, so everybody's crashing. You want to be able to get down the court. But how does that work? What do you guys discuss in order to successfully gang rebound?
It's in the word gang. Everybody has to go down and crash. We know our bigs are going to do their jobs, boxing their guys out, but it's really up to us guards, I feel like, to really clean up everything else. Be a helping hand, not just leaking out. So like you said, gang rebounding, everybody has to do it.
Do you look at the last game and say, okay, here's some things, or have you guys been watching film like, hey, this works, look at some other things we did, especially in the second half?
Yeah, 100%. Just as far as rebounding, we know that 1 through 5 has to go. There can't be anyone who's leaking out or somebody in no man's land. Like, we all got to be engaged, ready to rebound, because that's something that's very important. Like, if we win the rebounding war, we have a great chance of winning that game.
When games start slowly for you guys and poorly, how much do guys like you and Zach sort of shoulder that responsibility to get you guys back into it, and how much are you involved in those huddles that Coach Capo said?
Oh yeah, tremendous amount. Just preaching staying in the fight. Unfortunately, we've been in a lot of games where we start slow, but just staying in the fight, keeping the main thing, like each possession in, each possession out, we got to execute, whether it's on offense or defense. So just making sure we take care of the things right in front of us. We can't change 3 possessions ago, but taking each possession one by one and just staying in the fight.
Have you guys noticed maybe what's causing some of these slower starts?
I couldn't pinpoint anything, but just coming out with intensity, coming out with force, making sure the other team really feels us is something that's been an emphasis. Just throwing that first punch within the first 4 minutes, just to let the other team know, like, this isn't going to be a layover, like nothing's going to be easy. And then everything else, the tone is set from there, so everything else just follows suit.
Coach has talked about your leadership all year, but I think after the last game, he was very specifically mentioning you and Zach, and you're working those huddles, keeping the guys engaged. I mean, for you personally, has leadership, I guess, has it clicked at a certain point, or did it feel like it kind of grew gradually, you finding your voice in that?
I think it definitely grew gradually. I'm usually like a lead by example type of guy, like do what needs to be done, come to work every day, show up. But this year, I feel like I had to take on more of a vocal leadership role, and we've all had to take on a role, honestly, and my teammates have kind of helped me like come out of my shell more. But it's definitely been like a gradual thing, just working at it each day, just trying to give my input as much as possible.
Do you guys think about, or maybe talk amongst yourself about your NCAA tournament chances and what you have to do to get there?
We're just one game at a time right now. just focus on. We only got 5 regular season games left, so we're focusing on one at a time. Whatever's in front of us, that game, that practice, that possession, we're just one day at a time.
What have you seen from Notre Dame in your video study so far?
Great guard play. They have a presence inside, but as long as we contain their guard, Burton, their guards, Shrewsbury, very talented. We got to take on that challenge as guards, and the bigs, very skilled down low. They have a really big guy who's talented, can finish out over both hands. I think Cam and G will do a great job there, but I think the main thing is just coming out with intensity, playing with force, like I said earlier, getting off to a great start, and rebounding, and I think we'll take care of business.
Ish, what's the key to getting your message across when you're talking to your teammates? Like, is it just honesty? Is it keeping it short? Like, what do you think works when you're talking with your guys?
I think brutal honesty. Like, we were in that little stretch where we couldn't win. It's like nobody's coming to save us. Like, we got to get up off the mat, stand up. Like Coach Brown, his message was last game, just stand up. Nobody's coming to help us. So just putting one foot in front of the other, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, coming to work every day and really taking advantage of what's in front of us, because we can't change the past. Only thing we could do is focus on whatever's in front of us, and that's the next opponent.
Did your coaches ratchet up their intensity on you guys at practice during the losing streak?
Yeah, I think everybody's intensity was ramped up. It's just a natural, nature, losing isn't fun. Nobody enjoys losing. But it's something we need. Like, we need to be kept on our toes. We need that intensity in practice to never go below the bar, because if we do, then it'll translate into the game. So just keeping everything in practice, the intensity high.
An experienced guard as yourself, how has Biba done these past 2 games? Obviously 30-plus minutes, started against Miami. And what have you seen from him that you like?
Just growth, honestly. Like, I see it every day, and I just tell him all the time, just be you, be Biba, because he's very gifted on both ends of the floor. Like, him just becoming more comfortable, I'm super proud of him, and his growth is just going to keep going as he's thrown out there, as he gets more minutes and he gets more comfortable. I just want Biba to continue to be Biba. That'd be my message to him, and everything will take care of itself.
With him, is it not so just as much his talent, playing ability, as it is his confidence? Right. Yeah. His confidence, his edge, his IQ, everything's there. He has the total package, so it's really, he puts in the work every day. Very hard worker. So for B, like I said earlier, he just has to continue to be himself, and he'll thrive. Like, every day, every game, as long as he continues to do the things he does.
How about Amsel? How much better is he from the moment he arrived here to now?
He's definitely, overseas is a different style of play. He's adjusted tremendously, honestly. He still makes passes that amaze me, honestly. He sees things that I don't see. So just for Amsel, I say just keep at it, honestly. Like, I know things haven't gone. He's a freshman. Things haven't gone the way he's wanted them to go. But he comes to work each day with the same mindset, a get better mindset, and everything will pay off. Like, the work will show, and it showed for some of his games, but it will continue to show during the end of the stretch of the season.
As a veteran, do you take pride in kind of giving those guys feedback, helping them grow as players, as young players?
Yeah, 100%. If I see things that they don't see, and vice versa, like, it's a two-way door. Like, if they see something I don't see, it's back and forth. It's constant communication with us, because at the end of the day, like, the ball is in our hands in practice, in the game. So we have to be very tight-knit, and there can't be any feelings involved. Like, if I see something, I got to be able to, hey, J-Lo, hey, Biba, hey, Amsel, in a tone that they may not like, but it needs to be urgent, it needs to be on time, and it needs to get across. So,
Ish, when you're talking to those guys, do you ever think to yourself, damn, I wish I knew what I know now back then?
Yeah, 100%. Time flies, honestly, but they're in good hands. So I'm gonna be tuned in the future, and I can't wait to see them just grow and prosper, just as guards, but more importantly as people. Like, they're great people off the court. So I just can't wait to see what the future holds for them.
Is there more urgency in your own personal situation now that you have maybe 6 or 7 more games left?
Just taking it one day at a time. 5, 6, 7, whatever it is. I'm gonna keep pedal to the metal until I can't anymore in this college setting. So just trying to focus on the now and just be present in each day and each moment.
How disappointing is it that Dame will be able to play with you the rest of the season?
Say it again.
How disappointing is it that Dame will be able to play with you guys the rest of the season?
It's super tough just because I seen firsthand how much work he put in to get to where he's at now, and he just it's super tough. Just knowing Dame, knowing how good of a guy he is, knowing how good of a player he is, knowing how good of a person he is. Like I couldn't imagine being in his position, but we're gonna continue to support him each way through the journey, whatever it is. He's forever a Pitt Panther, forever our brother. But and this time, I just feel like we have to uplift him, and whatever it is that day, we got to continue to do it.